Oh, it is.
It is?
Yeah, it's
there
on
you
now.
go. Perfect.
Yep.
All right, what's going on,
Turn
guys?
that one on.
Welcome to the Saturday show. Let's go check it out where you guys are from. El Fuego's in the house. What's up, David? Hello from Arizona. Arizona, we're going to be in Arizona.
You know, I'm just sitting here amused.
Yeah,
at
I know.
you starting the show is really what this comes down to. I'm like,
what's up,
okay,
Texas?
Fernando's
Yeah.
got this. All right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're busy right now.
I'm busy.
Just playing.
I am not playing. I'm just
Playing
trying
Minecraft
to,
right now.
I wish. I wish.
Car audio is very international. Yes, it is. What's up, Jim? Anyone have an iPhone? I will notify when YouTuber goes live. Hey, man, just hit the notification. 25. What's up, buddy? Christian. What's up, dude? What's up, Greg? Hello from Vegas.
You should click on them as you're saying them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't buy an IRTA, buy two. There you go. See?
I like your
That's a
thinking.
good promotion right there.
You make my wife happy when you say that.
What's up, Jim? Hello from Denmark. Massachusetts.
Which is the 2022 Mobile Expo.
That's right. We're going to be
It's gonna
there
be in Connecticut.
April 6th. So if you guys are in the industry or you do any
If you do anything with a 12-volt battery,
yes,
that's really what it comes down to.
head off to the
Or if Go Fast is your guys.
What's up from Houston? Hey, Enrique.
So the reason why we were a little bit late was we were just packing up all the odds and ends that we have to
Nebraska's in the house.
get ready before we leave.
No playing game. Watching.
No, I was just trying to get the computer all set and ready to go, so we have all the ads and stuff like that ready because it's all about the ads. It's all about the ads.
What's up?
Oh, what's up, man? What's up from Vegas?
Yeah.
Vegas, man. We'll be back in November.
Again.
Yeah. Cardio's Dean's mistress.
What's that?
It's fact.
Yeah.
Cardio's Dean's mistress. Any advantages or disadvantages? Go to that one. Any advantages or disadvantages to the Epicenter Micro versus the Epicenter Original? Well, funny you should ask because I'll tell you the one advantage, one overly glaring advantage, and I think this will be the last
Just
probably
one?
day you can do it. No, there's many, but right now if you head over to Audio Control and use the promo code 5-star free hat at checkout, you get a free hat. What is that? It's awesome. That means you get a free hat when you purchase it from Audio Control. Now, the advantages of it is it's a third of the size.
Yeah.
It's got high-level inputs as well as low-level inputs, so it's a little bit more universal. But as far as the overall sound, it's the exact same. They didn't change anything for the overall sound. They did add a couple extra features, like now you have a dual bass knob, so you have an outer ring, which is the effect, and the inner ring, which is the volume. And you also, the PFM filter, you can turn that on and off now, and that's basically their subsonic filter that they add on that someone it was funny in the video. Remember how I was like, we had to call and verify what that actually stood for, which for the life of me, I don't remember at the moment. And because we knew an acronym, everyone wants to know what an acronym means.
Oh, I mean, totally.
And I hate acronyms with a passion.
Yeah.
So we called them, and then someone says in the video, in the comments for it, they're like, dude, that's not what it means. I hate it when people make stuff up. And I'm like, I wrote back, why don't you call Audio Control and ask them what it means if you think you're such a tough guy? I mean, it's like, dude, seriously? Like come on, man. Really?
Hey, man.
Pie hole.
People are going to hate.
People are going to hate. Hey, guys, when using a Zen A to B on my F-150, What's the best way to wire it to get the best ground? I'm running ground out to the battery and using the pack harness to connect to the factory harness. I mean, we always go out to the factory ground with that. So we go out to the battery, connect it, right to the battery. I mean, that's as good as it gets for us. That is a hot topic for sure. A lot of people debate it. And the reason why we just don't care what the debate is because if you read Zen, if you read the owner's manual, it tells you to connect the amplifiers to the battery. And if you don't, they might not provide service for the unit. And we know this because, anyways. So, if the question is, what's the best way to wire it to get to the best ground, go directly to the battery like you were planning on doing, and you'll be fine. Now, if you want to run around with your pants around your ankle and feel kind of saucy, as it were, some people do use, when you remove the back carpet off the back firewall, and the plastic panels, you see there's 2 factory grounds up by the window railing. There's one on either side. That is the point to which, if you don't want to go to the factory ground, you need to use one of those 2 points, because that's the factory ground point. Don't try to make your own ground point in the car at all, ever.
All right. This one is good. Do the LGD get hot behind the dash after the install?
It's a sandstone-based resistor, so the answer to that question would be they may get warm. Do not bury them in a dash. I think they even say that in the instructions. If they don't,
and if you want to do something like that, you gotta mount it.
They need to be put in a place. They're made to get there. It's a resistor. Resistors all get hot. A speaker is a resistor. Speakers get hot. Any resistor, they get hot. So never bury a resistor anywhere where it can't breathe. So if you've seen where when we talk about resistors, they're always mounted onto a panel, and they're always in an air pocket, meaning there's nothing over the top of them or around them. Put them out by the amplifier if you can. It doesn't matter where they go.
Right.
So it's not like they have to be behind the radio. They can be at the amplifier. They can be like we just did another Honda Accord, and that one is really nice. There's a place behind the glove box that we like to put them. So never bury them behind the radio. Do not bury them at all. And that's not just theirs. That's anybody's load resistor bank. So whether it's Kickers, Audison makes one, LGD is not the only game in town. Whether if you're just using a basic sandstone resistor, whatever you use, do not bury a resistor.
All right. Does a Rockford Punch level do the same as the epicenter since it boosts on certain frequencies?
It boosts one frequency, and no, it's a 45 dB bass boost with a wide Q. That's all it does. It's a Moabetta bass button, the same that everyone basically uses now. They came out with it back in the day, and everyone has copied it since then. Most of the time, what you have for a bass boost in an amplifier is 40 or 45 hertz, plus 18 dBs of boost most of the time, with a very wide Q, so that it affects a lot of frequencies around it, and that's all it does, which is not bad. Trust me, I'm a big fan of punch bass. But an epicenter is our harmonic restoration, meaning it creates bass where bass does not exist. So it does what's called the octave shift. So if you need bass in, let's say, the 30 and 40 hertz range, you center it an octave up, which would be double the number. So you'd center it between 60 and 80, and that would give you that deep sounding bass that you're hearing from an epicenter. So the idea behind an epicenter has nothing to do with what we're using it for. It was originally designed to help records and home audio, because the recorded bandwidth for a record is very narrow compared to what we have now. So it was created in order to give bass for records. That's why Audio Control came out with it back in the day. It has since been transformed into cars, because you look at tapes sucked, FM sucked.
Yeah.
So now we get to use it in an awesome way, and that is to make our music that doesn't have bass, because there's a whole genre of music that doesn't.
All right. What's gain overlap?
Yeah. Gain overlap is where you figure out your gain structure, in the sense now we do have a video on gain, if you go over to Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips, there's a whole playlist called The Fundamentals. It's a thing we used to do on Monday nights, and once we get done traveling, we're going to go back to it. We have a whole list that we're going to start doing again. But we talk about gain overlap and gain structure, and we have a whole little 8 or 10 minute video on it. But gain overlap is figure out where your maximum gain is. So let's say you have a three-way system. We have a tweeter, a mid-range, and a mid-bass. You're going to go in, you're going to set up your gain structure. So it's like, let's say you're using your DD1 or you have an amplifier that has a distortion detector built into it. You go in, you set all that up. Okay, so now you're not necessarily, blow mine, you can actually turn the gains down. So for example, an amplifier, a tweeter is usually a lot more efficient than a mid-bass. And if they're both getting 100 watts, you're going to be turning that tweeter down. So gain overlap is how you're going to overlap the gains, which I guess would be the easiest way to think about it. It's setting up your gains. There's just a really cool word for structuring the gains to, you know, is this one going to be -5? Is this one going to be -10 dBs of overlap? So if, you know, like your tweeter could set up for 0 dB, meaning you don't need any gain overlap. You're not going to play any, you don't need to distort the tweeter at all. It's super efficient. So let's just say we picked 1,000 hertz, 0 dB on that. Then we go down to our mid-range, and we're like, all right, well, you know what? It's a mid-range. It's a fairly decent size. We'll give it -5 dBs of gain overlap. That means we're willing to put 5%, 5 dBs of distortion into that speaker if we're maxed volume. So if we look at the tweeters, all right, let me get over here. So we look at the tweeter here. Now the mid-range is going to be a little louder. And let's say on the mid-bass, if you have a DD1 plus, you could set it for, let's say, 7 or 6 or anything you want. So let's say you give a little bit more gain to the mid-bass. So you now have this structured gain system where the tweeter is low, the mid-range is a little louder, but the mid-bass is full tilt boogie. Bigger magnet structure can handle a little bit more distortion. If you're playing at full blast, then yes, that's when you have to worry about how much gain overlap you gave it. But if you're playing it at normal listening levels, then you're fine. You could also do the same thing the opposite way. You could say, all right, here's the loudest I want to play this mid-bass, and then bring in the tweeter, bring in the mid-range, and then you never distort anything. So it's just how you're setting up your gain structure, how much distortion you're willing to put into it. And let's say your subwoofer, you put maybe 10, 15 dBs of, you know, gain overlap, because the magnet on the woofer can handle a little bit more distortion, which is just translated out to heat than the smaller speakers. But tweeters, you always want to keep those suckers low. Hope that helps. But there's 2 or 3 videos on gain that we'll break down the whole, what is a 5, what is a 10, and it's really nice. We go deep into it.
Speaker upgrade for an Audi S5 with the BO system.
19 speaker setup. I would check out I would head over to Audio Tech Fisher. Sorry, It took me a minute. I had to remember. I was like Julian Fisher. So head over to Audio Tech Fisher and check out the Match line. Yeah. That is match, like strike a match or match 2 things together. That would be the best place to start for something like that car. Yeah. They're probably going to have something that can help you there.
Hey guys, love your channel. Thank you, man. Would you recommend a Kenwood Exelon XP6902C or XP184C? Components for a 2013 Camry. Thanks from Canada.
I don't know if the Camry can fit the 6x9. I mean,
it's not the Camry 6x9.
Yeah, but it's 2013 though.
Oh, that's 2013.
I don't think a 13 will fit a 6x9. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it'll fit the 6x9 is really where I'm at on that. If it will fit the 6x9, you will get more bass out of the 6x9. However, you're going to go with the 2-inch, so your tweeter won't be as bright. So you'll have a flat, you know, kind of like it's not going to go. So if you really like that, then I would go to the 184Cs, because that gets you the new tweeter. Which reminds me, we never grabbed the tweeter to check the FS on it. You're fired. Anyways, you'll get an actual tweeter. So if you like brightness, then go with the 184Cs and get the tweeter. You're still going to have a ton of mid bass from that giant mid bass in the door. So That is always going to be the problem when you look at a middler versus a tweeter. That's more the problem with this than do I go with a bigger mid bass. Those both put out great amount of mid bass. It's sharp, soft.
All right. Exchanging my kicker.
I just want to tell you guys, you're asking great questions tonight.
Yeah,
I'm super thrilled. But hold on, before we get to the next question, we're 15 minutes in. Could you roll to the ticker?
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
Don't the ticker. Go to banner. There you go. No, the bottom one. No, that's okay. Click that.
There you go.
And since we're 15 minutes in, we do need to take a quick pause to thank our sponsor. The sponsor this week is Focal America. With it, grab something out of the box. Focal America just came out with their new auditor line. That's right. The auditor line has been around for about 20 years, but they've just updated it and brought it into the future. Thank God. It's a much improved system.
Yeah,
Make sure you stay tuned. We got a set of 6.5 components and a set of 6.5-inch coaxials and an amp and a sub that we will be updating Haley's car in. And if you're interested, of course, you can hit the link down below. That'll take you off to the website. And a quick look at the website, if we go to my laptop. In the speaker line itself, there's a 4, a 5, a 6, a 6.5-inch shallow, which is pretty awesome for you Honda guys, a 5x7. And then in the components, they actually make a 5.25-inch component. And there again, a 6-inch shallow and a regular 6-inch. They have a 10 and a 12, which is beefy. Kind of looks like a W0, not going to lie, as well as a 4-channel AB class amplifier. We'll be talking more about this as the month goes on, but we just want to thank Focal for supporting the show. And make sure you stay tuned for later in the year because they've signed up for a decent amount of time. There's some new products coming out from them.
New products.
That we can't talk about until next week.
That's right.
And I still can't pronounce their names. So, okay, moving on. Sorry.
Exchanging my KS 6x9's mid-layer components for the 6x9 soft dumb tweeter components.
Yeah.
Will this improve my sound to 150 RMS per channel in the 4Runner?
Well, I think we talked about this on the Hi-Fi Vegas show, and I was like, dude, you need to get rid of those things because they're just so soft and kind of flat. And honestly, I just don't like them.
It doesn't have that brightness.
No, there's no brightness to it. So I think you're going to hear a substantial sound difference. Personally, if you could do the 2-inch and a tweeter next to it, that'd be awesome. But I know in the 4Runner, that's just not happening. Will it be louder?
Maybe.
Oh, which reminds me, before I leave tonight, I got to cut my hair. Jesus,
hey,
I know.
Just
I know, dude. He was starting to look like Grizzly Adams. Again, nobody knows what that is.
No.
All right, moving on.
All right.
I have a lot of gain overlap from eating too much.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah, it's pushing the boundaries, man. No, totally good. That is the best.
All right.
Go back up. All right,
so Jason, thank you for the 10, man. Well, I'll understand that you
are a dealer and can't show preference, but you have only one choice for under $500. What component speakers do you buy based on what Dean likes? Only one. I mean, I'm an avid teller of what I like. I never sugarcoat it. I try to give you guys what you like. What I like is Morel. All right, that's me. So if you're saying you're on a desert island, you can take one speaker to listen to for the rest of your life. I'm going to take a set of Morels with me, and I'm not even going to think twice about it. Yeah. I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to care because those are my speaker of choice. However, that's not to say that I don't appreciate everyone else's speaker. Like, I'm a big fan of car audio. So if it sounds good, I want to hear it. So, I mean, we talk about a lot of brands that we don't sell. ARC is one of them. That the RS ARC speakers are some of the best sounding speakers on the face of the earth. And I mean, we just can't sell them, and that's fine. But it's up to you. But if I'm looking at under $500, that is probably going to look at the Ultras because I think I can get into a set of the 6.5-inch Ultras. So I'm just going to buy the most expensive set I can with my $500.
Okay.
I think the Virtus.
You think the Virtus are too?
I think the Virtus might take us a little bit out of that price range.
Okay.
So, but if I could, that's what I'm doing. I am buying the best that I can with the money that I have of that brand. I like all their speakers, which there again, it's just I like them. I like the way they sound. We have great success with them, and a lot of our customers like them too. So it's not just me.
Right.
But Oscar, big fan too.
Oscar loves
so
those, yeah.
anyways, that's my take on that. I will say that one of the nice things about Morel is that the Maximus, like we've said, is the best kept secret in car audio. You can get in that 6.5 component set for like $299, something like that. But hey, check out the Auditor from Focal. You can pick up a set of 6.5 components there for $199.
There you go.
I believe. Yeah. Okay.
Ronnie, thank you for the 5. Do you have any info on the Kicker KXA 2400.1? Discontinue or what?
There's one right there.
Yep.
And that is definitely discontinued. Basically, what happened is the amplifier line is up for revamp, meaning the KX line altogether for the 12-volt side, that is the automotive side, is done. The line doesn't exist anymore. The Q class fell suit. That was the first to fall off. And the KX was next. The KX was supposed to be released by new amplifiers by now. However, because of chip shortages and all the nonsense that we've been dealing with for 2.5 years, the line has been a struggle to get out. So there is going to be a replacement for all that stuff, but not as of, I don't know when, honestly. I don't know when they're planning on releasing. My guess at this point is probably sometime in the middle of the year. We'll see the replacements for those. But yeah, no, the KX line is done. I will say this, check the Marine stuff, but the Marine doesn't go all the way up to a 2400.1. So that was the one weird thing that they did is they took the KX line and the Marine version of it, they updated and they kept it the same for whatever reason. I'm sure they had a great reason to do it. So we've actually been using a lot of the Marine amps right now because for one, they're available. And two, they actually offer more options in the Marine line than they do in the automotive side. They're both 12-volt amps. The advantage is conformal coated, which means they can vibrate and shake and do all other stuff, and they handle the humidity and all that nonsense. The sub amps do come with bass knobs, which is kind of cool. So yeah, but no, it's gone.
All right. Can I use an LC2I for bass in a 2014 ES350?
I would go for the Pro, but yeah.
I mean, if you have already the LC2I
if you already have it,
Pro,
yes, of course. You can use it for bass in the ES350.
Right. 2021 GMC Sierra Bose system, front and rear speakers adapters.
Thanks. Metra. Just go to metraonline.com. Hang on. Look at that. It's already queued up. Kill the thing. Yep. There you go. metraonline.com is your place to go. So take a screenshot, save all these. This is what you're going to look for. This is anytime you have a question about parts, go to one of those places. They're going to have it.
What's up, guys? Are the pictures of the amplifier dyno that will be part of the video?
Yes, they'll be part of the video. So for those of you that follow us in the 12 Volt Clean Wire Club, I put up a bunch of pictures of an amp dyno we did on the new Audio Frog what is it, an AP 150 or something?
150.4.
Yeah, so their new 100x4 amplifier that put out 130 at 13.5 volts, something like that. If you want to see the results, you could head over to 12 Volt Clean Wire Club. Obviously, search for Dean. One of the questions on that was, how come I didn't put the certified pictures of the certified run? Because by the time we'd done the certified run, I was like, oh, I should probably take pictures of these to send to Andy.
Yeah.
So we'd already done that, and that's why it wasn't like any nefarious thing. It was just a matter of like, I didn't take pictures. But no, we filmed the whole thing.
Yeah,
we put in Fernando's car. You guys saw that if you follow us on the Dean and Fernando's car the Instagram page. Yeah, that little thing. All right, move on.
Yes, exactly. Hey, question. Why is when my bass hits really hard, the vocals become distorted, but the music sounds okay?
One of the questions you have to ask yourself, or one of the things you need to do, is turn the subwoofer down, play it at the same volume, and see if the speakers are still distorting. One of two things is happening. One, the subwoofer is so loud, it's actually causing a hearing anomaly in your ears to where the speakers are, it's your ears that are breaking up, not the speakers. This is something that happens, believe it or not, where it's the air in your ears can't decipher all the information that's coming into it, and you have inner ear distortion. So that can happen in really loud systems where you'll be listening to it, the mids and highs are just dying. You'll turn the subwoofer down and they're not, and you're like, wait a minute, what? And as you turn the subwoofer back up, they start to die. So you have either a naturally occurring ear problem, but it's not really a problem. It's just what happens, or there's a voltage problem in the car, in which case you put a voltmeter onto your highs amplifier and see what the highs amplifier is doing for voltage when the bass hits. The bass amp is always going to be the power-hungry bitch in the line, and she's going to suck all the current. The amplifier that's going to sacrifice itself is the wimpy highs amp. So in some cases, what happens when the bass hits, it's sucking the battery dry, and the power of the highs amp is not there. It's dipping below a safe operating voltage, and you're hearing the distortion from that. So those are two things to check.
Hi, I bought a Pack Pro AP4CH 41R2 in a 2018 Dodge Ram with non-amplified system. What speakers will you recommend for this? I'm installing a sub amp and a 4-channel amplifier, but I haven't bought the speakers yet.
So you have a 6x9 and a 3.5 in the dash.
Yes.
I recommend trying to replace that with something of 6x9 and a 3.5 in the dash, simply because if you've had the car for a while, there's a lot of mid-range that comes out of that dash. And if you just go to a simple tweeter, sometimes the gap between the tweeter and the mid-range, it's not as fun. If you're a big tweeter guy, then yes, that's okay. I would suggest getting a super big tweeter, like, you know, something in like the Focal, maybe Flax, Access, something that has a super bright tweeter. Otherwise, I'd look at something with a 3.5 in a tweeter. So like Kenwood makes the 6.9 KFCs, 6903s or something like that, where you get the 3.5 inch coaxial for the dash, and you get a 6x9 mid bass for the door. That is a great start. Another thing you can do too is buy anybody's 3.5 inch coaxial and some 6x9 inch mid bass. That works as well. If you're trying to find, there again, Audio Frog, I think, makes something in that realm.
Yeah.
But if you want the best of the best, oh my gosh, if you're looking for the most crazy 3.5s out there that are guaranteed to make you, then you want to check out Illusion Audio. So they have the C3s.
C3X.
But be prepared and have a deep breath when you check out how much they cost.
All right, so the Virtus are about like $600. It's not bad.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Alpine USA, new line amplifiers and speakers.
Yes, they came out with Status.
Status.
So the new, which we'll talk about.
F1.
So all right, so here's what you got to know about Alpine. And when they came out with F1 Status, everyone lost their shit. Right? Everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe they came out with a $35,000 system. We've covered that. We've heard it. We've talked about it. We have a video coming out at some point here in the next couple months where Steve Brown sat in the car and tells everyone about it. And once you hear that, if you're not sold on or understand what is happening and why it costs so much and just the amazing technology that went into that, then okay, fine, whatever. But we all know that the average person isn't going to spend $35,000 or $38,000 on equipment. That's not installation, that's equipment. So that means it's going to be double that for installation. But everyone likes expensive high-end audio, and Alpine, unlike most Japanese companies, is willing to step into the genre and say, hey, we have the research, we have the manpower, we have the development. We are capable of coming out with something that nobody else is going to come out with, and we're going to sell it here in the United States. And that was Status. So Status is for us. So the regular guys that just want really nice, normally expensive, high-end car audio, Status. It looks a lot like F1 Status. When you see it in person, you're going to be like, oh, wow, it's got the cool surround. It's got a DSP amplifier, but of course,
not Stratus.
Not Stratus. I mean, the price for some of you, it still seems like it's in the stratosphere. But it's going to be a while before we see that. They're announcing it now, and I don't think it ships until third quarter. So,
yeah.
But no, it looks pretty cool. We'll talk about that more, of course, as time goes on. But for right now, back to the questions.
Can you connect the center channel to a 4-channel amplifier for a front stage sound?
The simple answer to that question is you can hook an amplifier up to any speaker you want. Okay.
All right.
The answer to the question that you're probably looking for is that if you don't have some way to direct that sound specifically to the center channel, then all you're going to have is another speaker in the car making sound. You need some form of decoder or software to direct the sound to the center channel to create a center channel image. When you watch a movie at home, it's done in some form of surround sound. It's 5.1, 7.1, Atmos, 9.1, whatever you got. And it is recorded that way in that there's microphone arrays everywhere, and they mix it so that there's multi-channels of sound recorded onto the soundtrack. In car audio, we use stereo, which is left speaker, right speaker. The information that's coming to it is left and right. There's nothing else. There's no upmix track. There's no surround effects. There's no nothing. It's just a left and right. So if you, let's say, put a left plus right, you mono an input into an amplifier and you put it to the center channel, you're just going to have a mono center. It's not going to be a true center. It's not comparing or extracting or doing anything like that. What you need is a DSP that's capable of sorry. You need a DSP that's capable of doing upmixing. There are DSPs out there that will do that. The most cost-effective one that you're going to find is the Helix DSP Mini.
What's up, Jason? How you doing, buddy? Ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, I know. We'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm going to get you on the show. Going to do the Jason show. The Fro Show. So anyways, I hope that helps.
Yeah, make sure you're ready. You're going to work, buddy.
Maybe we should bring a camera for him to hold. Damn it.
Exactly.
I'm not repacking.
Hey, DNF, my DM608 has a white noise hiss. Try ground the battery and disconnect all the inputs and outputs to confirm it's not another part in the system. Any advice? The gains are 0 dB. Would the LGD solve the problem?
The LGD will not solve the problem. I mean, if it's in a Ford, it'll help your speakers for sure, not go crazy. I would strongly recommend 2 things. 1, make sure it's up to date, meaning it has the most current software on it. And 2, if the problem still persists after that, reach out to Audio Control, explain to them what it's doing. The product has a 5-year warranty. So if there is any issues and they feel like it's something that needs to be repaired, you can send it back. You have 5 years to do that. So they have great customer service and support, and they'll definitely stand behind the product. So that would be my suggestion.
Can you even buy Illusion Audio Carbon 3s speakers? I haven't found a dealer that have them.
Yes.
They have.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you do need to find a dealer that has them. Or you could call Paul.
Yeah, you can call Paul.
Here at the store, and Paul will gladly ship them to where you're
because
at.
I think we have 2 sets.
I know we have 2 sets. Yeah. I have my own personal set sitting up on the shelf that you can't see.
All right, this is, can you wire a passive high-pass filter by switching the inputs and outputs to use it as a low-pass filter? What?
So essentially, you have a coil is for a subwoofer.
Yeah.
Okay, for a bass driver. And a single coil is a 6 dB crossover. A cap would be a high pass crossover. Okay, a single cap is a 6 dB crossover. When you take a cap and a coil and put them together in the right numbers, you get a 12 dB network.
Yes.
Okay, use 4 of them, you get a 24 dB network. So essentially, the answer is no, because they're not going to be the right value. So you'd have to have the right value in order to do it. But you're just caps and coils. It's just all making caps and coils. But no, you wouldn't have the right. No. You need a little bit more than that. But yes, but still no.
Was looking for an amplifier for 2 5x7 component set because I'm running front stage only.
Was looking for an amp for 2 5x7.
So you just need a 2-channel?
Because I'm running front stage only. I mean, if you're just looking for a small 2-channel 150x2, Kicker makes one in the KMA line.
Audio Control makes it,
ACM 2.300, which is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of smaller.
It's a high level and it's really nice.
Big Z in the house dropping the 10.
Thank you, man.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. We have to go to our next sponsor of the show, which is ourselves. That's right. Hey, do you like clean wire?
Ourselves?
No. Do you like clean wire? Do you think clean wire is amazing? Well, if you do, there's a tool to make it easier. Head over to mobilesolutions-usa.com. That's mobilesolutions-usa.com, and pick yourself up a wire ruler. It comes in 2 attractive colors, this green that is shown here, as well as a pretty blue. It is clear to make wiring easier and more professional looking. So You could also pick up a bunch of other stuff there too, but head over there and check them out. Okay.
But the main thing, you gotta pick that one. Bubba, thank you for the 20. Thanks
Wow.
for all the continuing knowledge. Share, you guys.
Man,
Thank you.
We
Thank
might
you
have been
for the
able
20.
to upgrade to first class after this.
Oh, there you go. Keep dropping the money so I can go into the first class, guys. Come on.
We plugged the IRTA 2 at the beginning of the show. But if you'd like me to play Fernando's awesome video again, I'll be more than happy to. I mean, it's, but.
Yeah, let's just drop it.
All right, hold on. There's the video. I'm just going to keep the audio off on it, and we'll just, talk. There it is again. Yep, that's that one more time. I think we were testing for, I don't remember what we were testing. Hey, there's the tool drawer right there. But yeah, you can pick that up in DNF tool drawer. So awesome. Thanks, guys.
There you go, guys. So yeah.
There you go, Christian. Go forth and be merry. Go. Okay. Hold on. Let's go to that. There you go.
Yeah.
So I have an audio control D6 1200 LC 1.800 to go to a set of Focal flax. Lots of Focal stuff and a 10-inch woofer. Will this all work together? Others have said yes, but one guy said the amp would be too much. I'm going to answer it with this. I'm assuming you're a fan of the show because you've probably done research and saw that we've done a lot of vehicles with that combination of amplifiers and speakers. And here's the thing that you have to remember about setting up gain structure, which somebody asked earlier in the show, and blowing speakers. It's not the power that blows the speaker. It's for the most part. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, there is a power to performance ratio that like Fernando always says, yeah, but what if? And he always finds the most extreme one if possible. But no, you're not going to have, it's the distortion that's going to blow them. So by going with a ton of power like you have, going with efficient speakers, you can keep your gains down very low and enjoy the heck out of this system. You're going to love it. It sounds wonderful. We do it all the time. It's like our number one go-to.
Believe me, you have flax.
Yeah,
that's Focal flax. You got perfectly fine.
FXE means
yes.
Flax. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
I got tired of people saying FXE. So
FXE
is the better. That's the better of the two.
P2, P3.
Yeah, but the FXE is the cooler
C,
one.
D, E, F, G, H, K.
That's the one you like with the big silver thing in the middle.
Yes, I love it. Yes. I love it. But you'll be fine.
Yes, they handle a ton of power. So that one guy, he's probably never actually put him in a car before. So, yeah, forget that guy.
Fernando, if you have to pick one of the last lap setups and it has to be one to stay in the car, which one will you pick? It's hard.
I think this would be tough because you didn't really get a chance to spend a lot of time with
it. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard, man. But I'm gonna say all the stuff that we put it on in the lab, it's amazing. Yeah. Right now.
Well, so the ground zero amp is still in there.
Right now, we put back the ground zero because we took
the audio frog out.
So,
but you really wanted to keep the audio frog.
Yeah, dude, it sounds really nice. It sounds really nice.
Andy's breaking your heart.
Come on, Andy. Just send me 2 of those.
He's not going to.
No, he's not going to. Anyway, I try.
No, you can try all you want. He ain't going
to. Jason, thank you for the 10. After listening to the BMW with the Match Guy series and the Lab Uranium, I realized that Match is the real deal. Moving forward, use Match as the standard rhythm, track, and system as
a benchmark.
Yeah.
I can, yeah.
I mean, those Match amplifiers are awesome. So you can go and check it out. Nothing. Just did not hear the answer to it. I'm gonna have so now.
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't remember.
Which one was your question, David? I'm sorry.
Ask it again. I don't remember.
We have so many. Is the D6 1200 2-ohm stable? Yes.
Okay. Yes, at stereo, 4-ohm at mono. So it's not bridgeable to 2-ohm.
No.
It's only bridgeable to 4-ohm. So 2-ohm stereo, 4-ohm mono.
Well, thank you.
Oh, hey, I'm that wonderful.
Thank you for
glad you
supporting.
do.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell
And
a friend. What is the one that you're missing? Big fan. I'm pretty new to all of this and learning quickly. Thanks, guys. No problem.
No, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Ask the question. We do as much as we can.
What are those sirens?
I think that was a water pipe.
It
so
was? Really?
yeah, what is it? That up one. Yep. The
Well,
802.5 push a pair of P212s.
The Kenwood?
Yeah. 500 watts. It's like 500 watts. We did that in an amp dyno.
I'm gonna say yes.
Like
it's
if you
P2.
go to the site, you can find the amp dyno we did on that. I think it'll do 2 P212s.
Yeah.
I tell you what though.
Poncho, thank you. Thank you for the 5, buddy.
You might just want to do one P312.
Yeah. You
I
can.
don't know. Just save the room and get almost the same amount of bass. Audio Frog, if you can't
With the big price.
Yeah. No.
Do you make custom boxes? No, we
Nope,
don't.
we don't.
But we have a good partners. They can make ones for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It was
Did we? Oh, we only had it up for a minute. Let me put that back up for another minute. Okay, go on. Did we hit all the sponsors?
Hey, David. Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Just want to make sure.
It was big questions.
I don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to get yelled at.
No? Yeah, I don't want to. Big Z, thank you for the 5.
All right, all right, there you go. Read that. No, that right there.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a 2013 Ford Escape. I like to run 210 sound down subwoofers on a 3,000 watts as
Big ass amp. Let's just call it that.
at 2 ohms. Do you think I need a second battery? How do you power the kicker quad box and Haley's car? Okay, so that was 2 questions at the same time.
So
Awesome.
we what we did to run the quad box in Haley's car is we ran a 0 gauge through the car ghetto style into the back,
Outside.
and we so the box slid right in, and there was like enough room for the KX 2400 to slide right in. So we put it up so that the wire would run into it. And it sat like that's how we ran it for like 3 months that we're in there. Now, I will tell you some of the problems we ran into is that, yes, we were able to shut the amplifier off many times when you're playing it. So we kind of learned when we were doing demos because there was not enough power to run this thing. There was not enough power. We also used the Key 501 as the line driver going into it. So we had an EQ'd signal. We were using, we gained it down to about 8 volts of output. So it was getting fed 8 volts of output from that. Probably should have turned it up a little bit more. I think we could have hit the 150, but it needed a battery. It needed a battery badly. I know we could have got more out of it with a bigger battery. Once we took that out and we put the 3K, the Sundown 3K in it.
Sundown?
No, it's not Sundown. The
Sound Digital.
Jesus. Once we took it out and put the Sound
Digital
3K into it, that was actually a little bit easier on the car, believe it or not. But once we took that out and we put the 5K in there, that shit was scary.
Yeah.
Straight scary because we needed way more power. And at 5,000 watts, dude, I was afraid we were going to hurt her car.
Oh, for sure.
That big, she's got the big roof, the whole sunroof and that I was like, oh, I'm going to break this. So, but yes, definitely. If you're doing a 3K, battery. I would add a second battery just for the performance that you'll get out of it.
Oh, for sure. No questions.
Go-to RCA is a Stinger 4000.
There you go.
Okay.
There's a super chat. You guys are amazing. Trying to keep up with all this.
We're trying, man. Today's a good show. You guys are asking great questions. So, and Fernando's on point. He's excited because he gets to leave.
Yes.
We're going on a big old jet airliner tomorrow at the crack of freaking dawn.
I want to see if I can find you, David. It says under the.
Well, see, would have been nice if I would have had it.
Yeah, that would be cool. If you
would have been nice. All right, I'll just throw this one back up there again. It's not really an ad, but hey, if you guys are going to be in Connecticut around April 6th and you're into the 12-volt industry, meaning you work professionally on something that requires a battery, a boat, a plane, a car, whatever, and Go Fast Solutions is a distributor up in that area. They're having their distributor show. We're going to be there. I don't know what we're going to be doing other than, going, hey, you're not here. So go ahead over to Go Fast Solutions. Just Google Go Fast Solutions. It'll come up, and you can register to go to the 2022 Mobile Expo.
Hey, David, I'm sorry if I can find your question, man. If you can type it again, I'm going to keep eye on that.
Any news on Spotify high res? I use Apple.
I use Apple.
That's the news. I have a JL Audio 505 amp. I want to upgrade the front left channel. Oh, wait. I want to upgrade. The front left channel is distorted. 5-channel or mono. Any recommendations? Maybe 1.5 to 2K RMS system. I have a Nissan Versa sedan. There's plenty of 5 channels out on the market that are available for you to use. Right now, our go-to DSP 5-channel amplifier is the D5-1300 audio control because it has a DSP built into it, but they also make the LC version of it. If you're looking for something that's about that same amount of power, I would head over and check out the Kenwood Exelon, either the 802.5 or the 901.5. The 901.5 is pretty awesome 5-channel amplifier at a reasonable price. We just got done dynoing it for this weekend. We got 800 watts out of the sub channel. We were like, holy wow. But there's plenty of them out there. There again, I don't know what highs you have to power it in and what you're looking to do, but if you want to go dual amplifiers, then go with a 4-channel or a 6-channel, and then get a sub amp and go active. So there's a lot of options out there.
All right. I have not asked anything. Oh, okay. But how do you guys find songs recommendations for a few weeks for a few weeks ago?
When we asked everyone to put out the songs, and then I totally didn't do anything with it like I was going to, because remember when we did the show where we had everyone tell us their go-to songs?
Yeah.
And then we got busy, and I needed. That's why we need an assistant. I need an assistant that can just take care of that crap for me. Is Crunch a good audio brand? It's an affordable brand that's out there, and they make stuff. It's not it's not like you're not going to compare it to a kicker if that's what you're asking.
How you been to Slamology?
I've not been to Slamology, but I think Slamology is now defunct. I don't think it exists anymore.
Yes, we are a dealer now.
Yes, we are. Yes, Christian. So start saving up so that you can buy all their stuff now too.
Exactly.
Show schedule while traveling. I have no idea. I just found out yesterday, we have stuff to do while we're there. I was like, oh crap. We have a get together we have to go to tomorrow night. We have a training we're doing Monday night. I have a training I'm doing Monday and Tuesday. I didn't know any of this. I just was going to show up with, flip flops and a thong and a rubber thing to float in the pool. But apparently that's not the case.
No.
I can't miss Dean because she takes care of shipping and handling.
So she's already working.
Basically, she handles the whole HR department and shipping. So and that's human resources. So she makes sure that Fernando gets a paycheck on time. And that everyone gets the bills paid and all that other stuff. So I don't really want to I need an actual do boy. That will work for free.
Exactly.
In some of your F-150 installs, you ran new tweeter wires. Is there a reason? Yes, there is a reason. Great. Glad you noticed. If you're doing a BO system, which I believe you were, the BO, the tweeters for the BO are powered off of the factory radio amplifier. They're not coming off of the amplifier in the back of the car. So unless you want to pull that radio out of the dash, which I strongly don't recommend doing, you don't need to, don't do it. We run our own tweeter wires up to those, leave the factory ones disconnected and alone, and that is why we do that. Because once you start toning the amplifier, you'll notice, where are the tweeters? They're not there. So that's why you run tweeter wires. Good question, though.
Yeah, that was a good question.
On that. I worked at the KFC in high school. It's Stouffer's mac and cheese. And let's be honest, who doesn't like Stouffer's? I mean, you got to have it at least once every 6 months.
Jason?
And then you go, all right, well, maybe not again. Hola, amigos, running late, but I got here before you were finished.
Hey.
I mean, I was honestly done when we started, but I'm ready to go. Any news from Pioneer about new products? I didn't see them in your Knowledge Fest videos. Hoping for updates versions of their HD screen head units. So I'll tell you this. Pioneer does not play nice with anybody in the industry as far as that goes. With the exception of there is one buying group called Mesa that they do or have in the past participated with, but Pioneer hasn't been to a Knowledge Fest in forever. And yeah, so they're really not like hey, check out what we're doing, guys. They don't really have the ability to get people too excited in the industry about stuff like that. So I think they solely rely now on consumers. Just like, I don't know, it's strange, but I mean, back when we talked about it, they were pretty happy we did that, but we stopped doing that because it just got so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
But they do have a set of 2.5s with a tweeter coming out.
Yeah.
That I am excited about. Other than that, I have no idea. I'll see what we can find out once we get back, because I'm sure there has to be an email with something somewhere that Paul has that he'll share. We'll dissect it and figure out what's going on, but. No, I mean, even CE Outlook hasn't published anything. And so I asked earlier about the Illusion Audio C3CX for Dash and 2000 RAM. What 6x9 would you put in the door to accompany them? Actually, I don't know if I'd do a 6x9. One of the most popular speakers to put in there is the Focal Flax mid-bass. So you could do that, or you could do a set of KRX2 Focal mid-bass. Those play well together. Mm-hmm. They do make the Illusion 6.5. The 8 is going to be a little bit too big to fit into the RAM door, especially on 2012 because of the motor. So I would look into maybe a 6.5, not necessarily a 6x9. But if you're, I would look into a high-end 6.5 to go with that. So I would look at either the Focal Flax or the KRX2s, K2s.
In the latest Accord install, did you guys use 1 or 2 key locks?
We don't use a key lock in that. We don't need to. We've done enough of them. We know what's going on. We have enough DSP power to deal with the system. So no key locks.
No key locks.
No key locks at all. I know. We just run around with our pants around our ankles. Going crazy. What's the GOAT audio brand? Greatest of all time.
What do you think that would be?
I don't know, because you look at so
I mean you have
to. I'm gonna get there. Relax. It's not an easy question, and we got 7 minutes, so I'm gonna stretch. The answer to the question is either gonna be Rockford, Kicker, or JL. Okay, it's gonna be one of those 3 brands. Let me explain. Alpine, if you were looking at pre-1990, would have been the GOAT. Like Alpine was the GOAT, man. They had all the innovation. They came up with all the cool stuff. It's like that was the GOAT. Mm-hmm. Sometime in that area, the 90s and the 90s, early 2000s, Alpine dropped out. Okay. Now they're starting to come back, but there's still that whole period there. And even Tom Brady had a crappy period in his career. So we can't rule them out as not being a GOAT. But right now they're going through that, time where we need to see where this all goes. Orion doesn't exist anymore, so the GOAT is gone. It exists, but it's not the same guy. So that'd be like if we got Tom Brady 2.0 and he didn't look anything like Tom Brady. It just doesn't happen. So they're not going to be the GOAT. So you have to look at it and go, and I'm leaning more between Kicker and JL because those 2 companies have really stuck hard with 12 volt. Okay, which is how I'm looking at it. Because though Rockford is still in 12 volt, it's not necessarily their main focus as of right now. They still their GOAT potential is strong because it's not like they're not there.
They just feed in a little bit.
They're just I think where they might win is like they cover a bigger, so like they've expanded. Mm-hmm. So like now they're a quarterback, running back, and a punt return. Yeah. So it's like, oh damn.
Like, so for what you're saying right now, I feel the JL will be the GOAT.
It's not though, because they don't have the age. So they haven't won as many Super Bowls as the other 2.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Their GOAT it's tough. I mean, Kicker is hardcore, but see, why I don't necessarily think Kicker would get it right now is because like right now, Kicker isn't bringing anything to the table.
Okay,
so we got nothing. So
it's so we have Rockford that has been there for years. Yeah, it's always been there.
I mean, but by rationalizing it as I'm talking it out, I feel like Rockford is going to be the winner. I think Rockford has to be the GOAT.
I agree.
I think they have to be the GOAT. Hands down, I think Rockford has to be the GOAT just because they've been consistent through all the years and they're still pretty yeah, they're still there. So
all right, we have Ponchos. Thank you for the 10. I have a 2013
300S with
300S with Beats. Currently planning my system. Currently looking at going with the Amp Pro.
Yep.
Yeah, DMA10 LC 4.800, ACM 4.300, 2 pairs of KS 6x9s, 2 pairs of KS 3.5s, possibly 3 QL7 10s, and a seal.
Thoughts? Well, okay, since you're going with a DSP, I'm assuming you kind of want to maybe do some form of surround. If you're going to go with the KS 6x9s, you're going to get that tweeter with it. What I might suggest doing is spend a little bit more money and get the set of KS with the two-way set, so 6x9 with a standalone tweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Take the standalone tweeters out, throw them in a box, don't use those. Use the 3.5 up top and use the 6x9-inch mid-bass from the KS set of 6x9 components. You'll get a better surround with that because it'll keep the tweeter out of that bottom of the door where it's going to totally drain away. Now, if you're just going for overall loudness and like not going to tune it and try to do surround, like try to throw a sound stage up on the dash, do all that, that's fine. You're going to have overall loudness because you'll have tweeters down low. It's going to be distracting and whatnot. So if it were me, I would just go get the component set, save the tweeters for somebody else, or sell them to a friend, throw them up on eBay, get your money back, and just use that 6x9-inch mid bass. We've done that. We've pulled the tweeters out and just used the mid bass and used the 3.5. It's awesome. It's awesome. I really wish they would do that. Maybe one day we'll get what we want from them.
Maybe one day we get. Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
David says, I agree.
Okay. Sad about the KS series was planning on using the 1600.1. Don't be. Trust me on this one. Don't be sad about the KS, okay? Because just I can't say anything else other than don't be sad, okay?
Yeah.
It's okay. If you were planning, that means you haven't bought it yet, and you're in better company, okay? Because as soon as we get around the corner, oh my God, you're serious. Oh, that's what you're going to do, all right?
All right.
And you'll forget about the KS. It looks like it didn't even exist.
Finally, the true pick, MTX.
Would have been my pick, but so concentrated on power sports. And there again, 9 times, no, because if you walk into a room and say to 10, so what you have to do is walk into a room with 10 people that have nothing to do with car audio. And you have to go, have you heard of MTX? And they're going to know. Have you heard of Rockford Fosgate? Yeah. And so you're going to say Kicker. Yeah. JL? Maybe. That's what, you just got to play the brand. Plus, MTX isn't relevant right now. Not that they don't make stuff, but it's not a relevant brand. I think it's not competitive. No, when's the last time you saw an awesome system that somebody did MTX in?
Right.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
Right.
I'm just saying it's not a common thing, and which is a shame.
I like
Falcao for the win. There again, we're going for GOAT though.
Yes.
GOAT means greatest of all times. It means you don't have to love him all the time, but you have to respect him. So you don't have to love Tom Brady. You just have to respect the guy.
And you appreciate what he's done.
Okay, if you don't want to respect him, just appreciate what he's done.
Correct.
There
you go.
Okay. All right. Last thing. Wow, dropping the 20.
Thank you for the 20.
That's gonna buy a bag of M&Ms on the plane, and that's it for us, guys. We're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for great questions tonight. You guys have been fabulous. I've really enjoyed this show tonight. I'm super excited to just get the hell out of here, and by that I mean the state of Florida. Because, why not? Fernando's going to put this up. Hey, if you're interested in having the coolest tool in car audio, that would be the IRTA2, and you can find that at DNF Tool Drawer. If you'd like to figure out how it works and why we keep telling you should have it, well, go over there, and there's tons of videos for you to watch and learn how to use it. They're fun, they're short, and you'll be way smarter after you do it. For 5 minutes, you can literally watch it for 5 minutes and be smarter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you've watched this for an hour and think of the geniuses you are now. And if you're like, hey, I want to get some apparel, not that one, this one. DNF Swag is the place. You guys picking up on this, the DNF thing? It helps pay for the show and it makes things awesome. We'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight, which are Audio Control. Make sure you head over there and get your hat with your Epicenter Micro. We'd like to thank Focal with the new auditor line. Of course, we'd like to thank ourselves for coming out with cool tools like the IRTA2 and the Clean Wire Ruler.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
End the show. I got nothing.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. See you guys later.
Make sure to spade and neuter your pets. And keep them on a leash, man. Keep your pets on a leash. I saw something this week that was tragic and could have totally been avoided. It was heartbreaking. So keep your damn pets on a leash.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.